down in Tennessee today. Old house here. I'm not sure the date of this house. It's got a shed built on the side of it. There's a barn there. Big oak tree. I'm up on a ridge right here. And I've been here maybe 10 minutes, I guess. Doing a little bit of digging around the front of the house. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of junk here. But my first good find, I want you to check that out right there. A sweet little bell. I went ahead and cleaned it up, cleaned the inside of it out. That is a nice find right there. This old house is showing some age. That's another Model T valve stem. That's a good find right there. Here's an old belt buckle. I didn't know what it was at first, but you can see the strap here in the back part of it and the hook, and it says Providence, Rhode Island, and it's got a patent number on it, so I should be able to find out something on that to help date it. That's interesting. Not a deep hole there. It's part of an old pocket knife. It broke apart right here as I was getting it out. The other side's terrible shape. But I'll take that old relic. I want to do a shout out today to Ferris Underground. You see their channel there on your screen. This is a relatively new channel, but I like this channel. I like these guys. They do some of the same kind of hunting that I do. So check them out, Ferris Underground. Like, subscribe, and share, and be sure and tell them that Seven sent you. I thought this house ought to have one of these. It's an old suspender buckle. Never seen one exactly like that. I don't see any markings on it. But I'll get it cleaned up and we'll see. It's a good find right there. I got a great find out of that hole right there. Some kind of sash buckle. I don't know that you can see all of the fancy around that or not. If I turn it just right, there you can see gold gilt still left on it. That's a sweet find right there. I know I say this every time, but that's worth the hunt. And if I can hunt all day and find one or two good relics, then I'm happy. That's one, the bell's one, so I can quit right now and be all right. I'm filming this one here because it's different. I found a few buckles in here today that I haven't filmed. It's an iron buckle, but it's a long one, I tell you. I'm not for sure what that would have come off of. But it's a good relic. I'll take it. That hole there is about 5 inches deep. And I've been waiting to find one of these so I could do a history clip on it. I used to think that these were garter belt clips. They're not. They're clips that go on a lady's corset. Now, I could sit here in the field and try to explain to you how that was used, but it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to just go ahead and watch this history clip on the corset clip. I used to think that these were garter belt clips. They're not. They go on a lady's corset. A corset's a tight-fitting piece of clothing that women would wear that stiffened their body to shape their torso to whatever was fashionable at the time. The term corset only came into use during the 19th century. Before that, they generally just called them stays. We don't know what the origin of the corset is, but toward the end of the 17th century, these shaping stays finally became a piece of clothing of its own right, independent of the dress that would be stiffened. Corsets worn between the 15th and 18th centuries had busks that were intended to keep the front of the corset straight and upright. And they were generally made out of wood or ivory or bone that was slipped into a little pocket, and then it was tied with lace. These busks were often carved and decorated or inscribed with messages, and they were very popular gifts from men to their sweethearts. In 1828, lacing eyelets with hammered-in metal grommets were invented, and a year later a new form of busk appeared. It was made with two long pieces of thin steel, one with loops, these are those loops, and the other with posts that function in the same way as a hook and eye fastening would on a garment. This made these corsets considerably easier to put on and take off because you didn't have to unlace the back every time. This type of busk was normally used until about the 1920s. So now you know what a busk loop is.
Haven't touched this one yet. It's a fairly deep hole. I don't know, it was probably 6 inches. I can tell that I've got a mark here. I can't see it with my naked eye, but I'll get a date and put it on here. It's a good find. I'm still just concentrating right in front of the house right here. And almost everything I found's been right here. And I've got a Great Seal cuff button. The shank is, I believe it's broke, maybe just bent. I'm venturing to say that that is World War I. That mark was a 1920. I had to get a back mark off this, I guess, to be able to tell, but that's a good find. This right here was a strange signal. Jumped on up into the high 70s and 80s every once in a while. And I've got something here, looks like a coin. Let's see what we got. It's thick. It's two. It's 2 pennies together. I see Lincoln on that one. Let me get these cleaned up right here and let's see what we got. A little hard to see, but the top one there is a 1940, looks like 49, but whenever I looked at it there a while ago, I thought it is 49. 1949D and a 1946 Philadelphia here. Both of them stuck together. I'm not sure what this is. Don't think it's a suspender clip. You see the back of it there. But it's real decorative. You can't see it, I don't think, there. But I'm going to get it cleaned up. I would say that's some kind of old pen or something if I was just guessing. I like it. I was getting a little bit worried about this. I've hunted all of this front yard right here and really hadn't found a whole lot of anything good. Check it out. I found a harmonica reed and a piece of pottery in there too. That's a nice find right there. Keeps the streak alive.